Hey, this is Silas. I'm trying out this new format of just giving you some thoughts off the top of my head. I just met with a friend of mine, Jordan. I just met him a little bit ago online. I'll probably share a link to some of his material in the low bar here. But I'm here by the Javits Center. I'm about to go see the New York Auto Show and just had some thoughts about some things I was thinking of walking here. So there's this general saying that cities, especially a place like New York, has a lot. It's not conducive to human life, and I think that sometimes. But no, humans adjust. We live in different places, but when it comes down to it, our biology stays the same. So I don't necessarily think that there's more percentage of sad people in a place like New York than there is in a rural city, a rural town. Let's say just an hour's drive away from here. If you had a town of maybe 1,000 people. So let's say it was 10% in general. In general, there's 10% people that are unhappy at any given time in the world. As humans, in our in our evolutionary environment, we have this unconscious ability to identify people's facial features. It's something that we developed over time that is very core to just survival. Just being able to tell what somebody is feeling and thinking from looking at their face. So let's say you're walking around in this town of 1,000 people. You go out for an hour, you walk around and you see maybe 100 people. 10% of those people are sad or in some sort of pain. So you'll see 10 people that are hurt or feeling some discomfort in the span of an hour. Here in New York, on 34th Street, which is just right there, you could walk for 10 minutes and see about 1,000 people. So even if there's only 10% of the people were sad, that would be 100 people in that one 10-minute span. So let's say you're in that small town. To see those 100 people, you'd have to go out. Maybe you went out for an hour every day. You'd have to go out for 10 days before you saw that number of people. And in that case, it might be the same person over and over again. It might be someone you can sit down and talk to and actually discuss with them and find out what's actually hurting them and feel like you have something to do. You have some effort to actually affect somebody else's joy. And that now gets transitioned onto yourself. Now, here in New York, if you're walking around for that 10 minutes, those 1,000 people you see, those 100 people you see that are in pain, you probably don't really feel you can really affect their life. So that can kind of go back on you and you can feel, hey, if I'm in pain, maybe no one will be able to reach out and help me. So this is kind of what I think is part of why cities get that vibe, have that accurate saying to say that it's kind of a sadder place. Now I think you add on top of that the kind of people that are attracted to live in cities versus the kind of people that live in rural areas. It's probably something to do with how much they're comfortable, how much self-reliance the person has. People who come to a city, of course, will be looking for more of a communal environment. And if you're looking for more of a communal environment, you might be actually searching out more of those facial cues. You might be walking around looking at people's faces more. And then if you see a lot more pain being reflected to you, and part of the reason you don't really take note of the people who aren't in pain or who are happy in general, is I don't think we have that extra sense of picking up on those cues because that's the way things should be, and it's also not necessarily a threat. I think part of this facial feature thing, reading that, is mostly because we consider somebody who's hurt may be a threat to you. It also could go into the childhood environment, the way some people are raised, like if you're raised in an environment where you don't really have that much connection with people, you're searching this out, and if you don't have a close bond with your parental figures, or if you were abused in a childhood environment, you may have an extra sensitive ability to tell people's facial features, because you want to tell those cues. You want to tell the cues of when that next strike or that next, or what you did wrong, kind of to make sense so you can avoid those hurtful situations that you went through. So that's just some thoughts. Like, share, and subscribe if you like these. I'll do more of these kind of off the cuffs, and then probably develop these stories or these ideas more in more research first. Thanks.